Fear is a fantasy. Regret is a responsibility. You can either face your fear or live your regret. Hello everybody, this is Derek L. Mitchell, and welcome to the Fearless Factory. Today, I want to encourage you to do just one thing, and that is surrender to fear. Now, initially, you might think that's contradictory to everything else that I've told you up until this point, but it's not. I've encouraged you to face your fear, confront your fear, overcome your fear, conquer your fear, to understand your fear. And now I'm telling you to surrender. Doesn't make sense, but I think it does. When I talk about surrendering to fear, what I mean is to surrendering to the existence of fear in your life, accepting the reality that fear does exist and that it is something that you have to deal with at some point in time. Fear carries a heavy stigma in our culture, especially for a man. You are never supposed to show or acknowledge fear ever. And if you do, then that means that you are weak. Well, I think that's bullshit. Fear is a part of our humanity. It is a part of our experience as human beings. It is not something that we can ever avoid 100% of the time. There's always something that will cause at least a little bit of fear in your life. And the sooner you accept that, then the sooner you can deal with it. And if you think that simply denying or ignoring the existence of fear in your life means that it has no power or impact on you, then you are dead wrong. The impact of fear in your life, it does not require your acknowledgement or acceptance or permission. It will take its toll regardless of what you do, or if you choose to acknowledge it or not. Carl Jung, he said, what you resist, persist. And a lot of us are going through some struggles and obstacles and tribulations in our lives as a result of our resistance to accepting the reality of certain things in our lives. And the first thing that I want to deal with is our perception of surrender and what it actually means. What do you think of when you hear the word surrender? What image pops in your head? Is it a person with their hands raised and bitterly and resentfully accepting that there is something that they have no control over, and on the inside about to explode from the frustration and anger as a result of that? I believe that this is what most of us think about and envision when we hear the word surrender. It's a loss of control and power over the world around us or a certain situation. But that's not what it means to me. For in my book, surrender is a peaceful acceptance of the reality, the situation, and of the world around you that you cannot control. And this is what it felt like when I surrendered to my fear. It felt like peace. like a burden had been lifted off of my heart, my mind, and shoulders. It felt like serenity. When I finally acknowledged the fear that I had around my stutter and the shame it caused, and not only acknowledged it, but got up at that first speech that I gave in Toastmasters and admitted it in front of a group of my colleagues and superiors, it was like breaking the chain that it had over me. It felt like removing the power and sway that it had over my life. That's what surrender is and feels like to me. For those of you who have been whitewater rafting, what is the one thing that the instructor always tells you to do in case you fall out of the raft? They always tell you, do not fight the current. Don't plant your feet at the bottom of the stream. Don't try and swim against the current. Just lay back and let the current take you where it will. And why is that? That's because you can't fight against nature. That's Mother Nature and human nature. And fear is the force of nature in our lives that we cannot control, beat, or fight against. I don't care how strong of a swimmer you are, how resilient you might be, how mentally tough you might be. You cannot fight the current of fear in your life. It's better to surrender, let it take its course, and redirect it and use it to your advantage. You will expend tons of energy unnecessarily fighting against fear and its existence. It's like push and pull. You can push against fear as much as you want to, or you can save your energy, allow it to pull you in the direction that it's going, and redirect it and use the current to your advantage. That is the only option that you have if you want to truly overcome fear in your life. And I want to encourage you to do one thing this week. I want to encourage you to internally and to externally acknowledge what you are currently afraid of. Admit it to yourself and another person that you really trust. And what that will do is that will lift the burden of hiding it, and consequently the shame and judgment of its existence in the first place. So if you can surrender to reality and to the existence of fear in your life as a human being, then you can conquer fear, claim confidence, find your voice, and live life on purpose with a purpose. And I will see you on the next episode of The Fearless Factor.
Thank you for watching. And if you have heard anything today that has inspired you to think and act fearlessly in your life, then click here to subscribe and stay up to date on future episodes, here to watch the previous episode, and don't forget to check out the blog at myyearofear.com. And I will see you on the next episode of The Fearless Factory.